All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN and Radio Network coming to you live from the US, and this is the TPN Network. All right, today we can discuss about LAJ, um, Boss LA, commonly known as LAJ, and I know say this particular issue don't generate a lot of um, discussions within the Sierra Leone community around the world, and it's very interesting the way I see Sierra Leoneans are um, you know they do when it comes to anything as alone. Now we they politicize anything and everything in Sierra Leone, and that's the interesting part, and it's also a little bit dangerous as well because there are certain things where we're supposed to separate from civic discussion and political discussion because some not to everything when a civic discussion they fit into the political discussion. The moment you take some of them thing and they and apply that to the political discussion, um everything becomes tainted. And I want to discuss about this today simply because it is very important for make um we look at ourselves as a nation and realize the fact that our democracy is very very young, and when somebody is young they make a lot of mistakes, so now the same thing with some of them you know philosophical discussions then what we get now we country. The democracy is very young, and we know say yes indeed, since we still dey try for land. Sometimes there are so many mistakes, sometimes there are so many misdirections where um we dey get along the way. But wetin are the most important thing, how we go able realize some of them misdirections or them mistakes then they and try for rectify them, that they make we a better country as time they go on. It is not a crime to make mistakes. It is not. It is not a crime for learn from your mistakes. It is not a crime. The only thing that is a crime, in my own opinion, is when you know say there are mistakes, but you refuse for talk about the mistakes and try for rectify them. And especially when it comes to a society like Sierra Leone, we are too small. Sierra Leone is just about 1.5 million. Officially, I know say we are almost about 8 million, but officially we are just 1.5 million, right? And the democracy we they try for nurture is just about is it maybe 30 years, maybe 31 years, I don't know. 10 plus 10, 20, 24, 24, 25 years old. So you see, it's very very too young for America with the expect perfection. So, but we go able make a be perfect quicker than other society. We go through the same experience because we don't need for reinvent the wheel again. We go able learn from advanced democracy and try for navigate our way through to perfection. Now let's talk about LAJ issue. Two two things. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure. Send this to some of the groups them. So there are two things where I want to discuss on this. The first one has to do with the police, the Sierra Leone police, and the second one got to do with the actual incident itself, because waiting I realize after monitoring and going through so many social media posts about this particular incident. I realize say um the discussion is one-sided in any case. And this is because it is too quick for make we use politics into some of them here. And like I said earlier, the moment you use politics for try for discuss something like this when a civic is supposed to be a civic discussion, it becomes tainted because politics is meant to divide people by party line, right? And this is where the problem is. Now, at the say for we when at the APC guys them we with the support LAJ, one way or the other, we are distracted by the fact that we they forget the victim itself. The very incident we happen, we dey forget about that. We only focus on what the police do, LAJ, which is very, very reprehensible. But I want to discuss about that again. But um, you are part of this discussion. I'm talking about my viewers. You guys are part of this discussion. As you always know, the TPN an interactive program wherein the host not just can sit down within commentators them and they begin to talk, una dey lis ten, and sometimes most of the things that we dey talk na garbage, na una ace. So na that make we dey make an interaction between the viewers and we na the host. And so if you get any comments on this particular topic, hey, just put am at the comment section of the platform where you dey watch. We are broadcasting in multiple platforms, and um, I want for make we get this interaction because this is to me it's a civic discussion. It's not much more of political discussion than a civic discussion. Now let's start with the police part of it. Um, I don't work for the correction department here in the United States in Phoenix, Arizona here for 5 years. When I come to this country, now one of the first job then way I get the tell I've been a good school. I've been a try for get me associate degree and my bachelor's degree. I've been a work for the Department of Correction. Okay. So for 5 years as an officer, and during the course of that 5 years, then I don't um, I don't learn a lot of things about prison, prison policies where then they train you almost every 3 to 6 months. You they get continuous training. Here in the United States, because there are so many things, so many factors then way if you not do the right thing, even if you now somebody way now a government department, in fact, I don't want them this the lawyers they always want for sue. So for avoid some of them mistakes then them the employees them where they work at them department and they always they train you the laws, the policies, and all those type of things that the rights of the prisoners and you right all them things and I went through those training. So I get a little bit of experience on prison policies in the United States. I'm not talking about Sierra Leone because one of the things is every country is different. So I want to make them very clear for say every country is different. So the policies, in fact, even here in the United States, every state in prison policy is different from the other. So I know they just can't take a single brush and they try for brush the entire thing like say mina then dandogo then like people the way they don't understand what it they say. So these are some of the things where I know say um it dey happen in America now, yeah. And they train you. Yes, indeed. Um, I know say the SLPP folks then get this argument for say, oh yeah, when the policy end I say if you go na prison, then for cut you aid. Maybe that's not the policy for Benghazi, the prison where they talk about. May not be no self for say that there was a there is a prison called Benghazi in Salome. You know, I don't know. I don't know which side on the day. Probably but with the land small small. But let's forget that. Let's take in a human rights perspective. What you don't do so to LAJ, it violates in human rights. This is a fact. Okay, it's a fact. It violates in human rights simply because LAJ was accused. He was not convicted. If now somebody where they don't convict, where you know say get for go serve in prison sentence, then yeah, that policy they supposed for work. So I not for being get any problem where if LAJ then convict him, then he go na Benghazi, then for shaving head. Because that's not the policy for prisoners. But LAJ was never a prisoner. He was not. So the one way they argue say, well, now the policy when you go in there, then get for then call you, then get for shave you for health reason or for this reason. No, 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 no. First of all, LAJ not supposed for being don't go to that prison there. You're not supposed for don't go there. LAJ supposed for being there a holdout or a holding center like the CID or the police cell until they appear court. If they really want for bring them kind of policies, then they. But the guy is an accused person. And the last time when I checked the Sierra Leone constitution, while they try for put this thing together, the last time when I checked the Sierra Leone constitution, it's clearly states an accused person is presumed innocent until proven guilty by a court of law. So how will they go punish somebody where innocent, you not proven guilty is, if they go punish them because then just accuse them. So when I see the points where they try for talk about, right? For saying these are some of the things where we get for talk. These are not political discussion. These are civil discussion because this is about civil rights. It's not a political right. All right. So I don't think say the folks the way they come with this arguments for saying, oh yeah, that's not the policy. LAJ suppose the police rights for Shiva because Benghazi gets a policy. No, 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 no. Benghazi gets a policy for the prisoners. LAJ was never a prisoner. He was not. He was accused, yes, but he was at that time up to this time he is presumed innocent. And if that is the case, why do you begin to punish somebody before you even try them? Because this is not punishment. Let's face the fact. This is a punishment. Anybody where they with in right mind, we get good thought processes, you not go deny say this is a punishment. For go shame somebody, then the guy now look the guy. Now look the guy. Look up. When I look the guy now, you not go even know say na LAJ this. You know, LAJ, you know, things that we identify, you know, identification. Now in dredge. To be honest with you, if somebody not for be not tell me say this na LAJ, I not for be not say na LAJ this. In identification na in dredge. That's not in right for making able to identify himself from that one name. If LAJ was convicted, then that's okay. LAJ is supposed to go through the policies because policies are meant to be adhered to. But the police, I don't think say they do a good job on that side there. And this is not the first time I see the police, then they abuse their own prisoners. Their own people they're within a custody. We not to prisoners them. Not to prisoners. Because if they accuse somebody, he's not a prisoner. You have to try the person first. Then when you convict him, then that person when they serve in sentences, that's you call a prisoner. But it is unfortunate for see these type of things they happen in our country, and it is not this is not an isolated incident. We don't see so many times when then kind of they happen as alone. Not so, they happen during during the time of Madabio alone, because as we all know, I am a pragmatic person. It don't happen during William regime, self when APC regime. Then police, then they brutalize people, then they go scot free because there is no accountability. So this not to today it starts. Anybody will tell you same that may cannot be one for make we twist this to politics, because the moment we twist this to politics, waiting they happen. Now it becomes political, and when it becomes political, everybody they take sides. And the very essence of the issue now is buried inside politics. So nothing not there again was substantial. So now the reason this way, I not be ones for make we do that, but unfortunately that's not the culture of salon today. You know, everything is politicized. So we just have to find a way how we were able for depoliticize some of them. Then things are way they happen now in country, because some of them see I know they happen to one person no more. It can happen to me today, but tomorrow it could be you. I remember the time when during the time of the APC party, when they arrest Kamaremba, where ironically, unfortunately, happened to be arrested again by the SLPP, where then look at the man not dey even appear court any longer. Then just hold on no more now. Then just because I not get any evidence again. Then just hold on, then keep him. The man not dey appear court again. These are some of the things where we supposed to talk as a society, not to be politicized. But every single thing we politicize, and it hurts we, you know, because it could be to you tomorrow. You when they defend today, then reprehensive behavior by the police, it could be to you tomorrow. What you get for say when your own time reach, you know. These are some of the things where for go they learn, for go they reduce the politicization of that. But hey, um we are in a very you know untenable situation, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very difficult for America with time for the politicize most of the things already happen. Now, that's now the blame what I get for the police. They're not supposed for go caught this guy in here while the guy is in just a holdout status. They accuse him. They accuse him. They're not convicted yet. So do not punish the person before he even convict him. And this is not the culture where the police them don't get that country them. So whether you na APC, SLPP, whatever political party, we get for put we party aside and try for pressurize the police for make them stop some of them behavior, yeah. For we people them, it could be a legit tomorrow. What about you tomorrow? It could be a legit today. What about you tomorrow when it happen? See, now let me come to LJ inside self issue. I talked about this a couple days ago now at the TPN forum, WhatsApp forum, where after all I don't listen to everything, I don't listen to LJ in sister, in daddy, the police, the other reports them from BBC and all the other social media discussions them. One thing where I realized was the very essence of this issue was being ignored. It was buried. It is a fact that an incident happened before ever LAJ was arrested. That's a fact. Nobody not going to be able to dispute that fact there. That's a fact. Okay? Well, I don't know the details of what happened, but we know say something happens. Okay? Something happens. That make them go well and call. Now, LAJ don't go through so many criminal incidents in your life, starting from the United States here, where some of we been here, all waiting been gone, the time when they arrest Naya, all those type of things. It don't go so many things. I tell we then get for deport them. But here's the thing: when you go to Salon again, the same thing been happen. A lot of problems with the law. LJ been go through that. Um, I've been prefer this young talented man for make it start for with the understanding the law in any country is the law. Do not take yourself to be an outcast of the law. You know, LAJ, you don't go through confrontation with the police. At one time, they say now court he even slap one police. That is really, really, really violence. And even if somebody want um for talk for LAJ, I'm talking about in particular this case. I'm not talking about the human rights because I already don't talk about the violation where they violate the human right. I'm talking about this case. Even if somebody want for talk for LAJ, the fact that he don't get this criminal record for so many times, it's very difficult for any genuine person for make it come out and say, "Oh, na lie, what's in LAJ? They are accused and a lie." And I see the young bobo where there's the hits na in yai. Imagine if God enough for be not help that bobo they like where they hit and so damage in yai. Nobody, nobody way na a relative of that small bobo way, especially that and I don't even talk about the young lady because the young lady may not see any picture because the problem according to what you understand start from the young lady we go pump the gas for them. One of the things we I want for advice LJ and talking at the me audio and the TPM is stay away from politics. Stay away from politics. You get a very, very good talent. Utilize that talent then for your own benefit and for the benefit of the country and for the benefit of your family. But the problem what I see with we musicians nowadays, now that make Sierra Leone not get any better musicians them. When you talk about musicians, then you talk about Mali, the musicians, they see the development and the benefit way their musicians and then the way they talk about Nigerian, Senegalese, and all those musicians, they see the benefit. But Sierra Leone musician, then so talented, so much that they're able for do anything where other successful musicians and they do around the world. We get them talents than they. But the problem is they are sucked up into politics. Now, most of the music that where they are now about politics. Got nothing for do with their own music than talent for making them able for utilize their own talent. What did they do? The politicians and they go give them 1 or 2, 3 million. They say, "Body, make music for me." They're sucked up into that. And like I said, politics is meant to divide people based on ideology and affiliations. This is one of my advice to all the musicians in a salon, the artists in a salon. When I stay out of politics because they help now. That 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, where then they go give you for make you destroy your profession. You know what it? You able to do more than their money than they. But they are so timid. They are so easy for convince. Now in the consultant here, LAJ, there's some people that say they hate the idea for the APC. Okay, and now small thing where LAJ do now based on that idea, then they look up. They want for punish them, not just based on the actual crime itself, but then they just use the crime as a yardstick for punish LAJ because LAJ seems to criticize this government and it seems to lean with the APC. So the SLPP folks are very angry. Una take a lesson from um, Emerson. Emerson, they sing music, they sing political music, but MRC not associate himself with any political party. And that's so smart. Okay? That's so smart. When the SLPP come to power, it is sing against the SLPP. APC come to power, it is sing against the APC. So yes, um, you dey see the balance, the navigate where MRC in the navigate. But a lot of musicians at Sierra Leone, they're not smart enough for navigate through that. Then when then they go in, they're not able for come out then stuck. And that tainted perception they follow them any side way they go. So small thing now where you go do, then they use them against you. And this is what is going on with LAJ. And they advise every single musician. I'm not telling you may not sing against the government if you do wrong, but do not associate yourself with any political party because it damage your reputation, it damage your profession. Politics is meant to divide people based on affiliations and ideology. So that's another one day. But LAJ, if what you then say, the accused way they accuse you, if true, I think you not try. LAJ not try. If that is true, and I want to make them very clear. If you see the keyword here, if that is true, you not try. You know they go beat somebody for fear. You can't do that. Every country gets laws. Should you in particular, you don't get confrontation with the law many times at that country. When you see you colleagues them, you friends them, then start for that confrontation. And now if you don't come and say, hey guys, stop that. You stop them. But then say, you know do them, cause problem. And that's really now in the go after you. So I so feel bad the way they treat you is not good. They know you treat nobody this way when a citizen. Even if the person commits crime, you get for convict them first before you begin do all them things away than they do against. And another thing where I want for make them very clear here. Okay? All right. A lot of reports I mean they go on say LAJ they inject them with substance or something like that. That was not true. That was not true. Um, Social media now a place where sometimes very dangerous. If you just the sit down no more for listening to social media, you become infected with they call them social media lights. You're infected with so many bad information. Uh, it affects you. It was not injected with substance, but yes, indeed, then shaving it, and they're not supposed to do them, right? That's not me own monologue. This now, I they go to the the um the comments, the kind of the comment section. Wow, I got some comments here. Let's start with Momo for why. Shall this discussion take the victim into account too, concentrating on the perpetrator because of his overrated status is not helpful? Yeah, well, I'll talk about the victims. Now the reason this way, the first thing why I talk about this particular thing is the fact that we politicize every single thing at that country. Today. Not in a way they do when a civic discussion. Everything we politicize. Unfortunately, where we say now we did at the diaspora, now we always they try for dilute civic discussion with um politics. Now, where if you go on social media, you dey listen the discussion where they go on social media. All what you dey hearing about LAJ in graduate and court. You know they hear about the victim, oh. No, they hear about the victim at all. Now about LAJ in graduate and court. It is unfair to the victim too. Because now human being. The court where them court LAJ in dredge, it violates a human right. That's no doubt. But what about the victim? Where they go beat? If you see that bubble in ya na ya by the what they call so, he swell up. He swell up. What he do? He do them? I don't know. I don't know what the legend and in company them. Then that bubble do. Based on the bubble own explanation, it seems like it's a kind of bad behavior no more. Sometimes we brothers and sisters we then can get this free money, then they do all kind what they call them say they are above the law. Now they cause some of them problem here. If that bubble, if God not been help if been done damage in eye, would have been responsible for that. So the victim, we should also talk about the two victims because also one no more. The lady, I not see the lady in picture, but this start from the lady where you go pump. So you see, so I agree with you, Momo, for say yes. Indeed, the victim in your state in your story is been buried because of this politicization of this case, and that was unfair. Now, Peter Dauda, I understand that Amadou Ba ended up in Benghazi because he is a repeated offender. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But that's not preclude the fact that he is still innocent until proven guilty. So therefore, for treat him with that. Yeah, for treat him with that innocence and until then convict him. I understand. And I talk and say one of the biggest problems we LAJ get because he don't get too many criminal record them. Now American na Salon, all them things and they. So it's very difficult for somebody fetch for them for say maybe in a light and a life and a no. American then they take record very serious. That make when they do something, then they record them. Then they record them. That make we call and say criminal records. No matter who say you go, that record they follow you. So, but yet still, Kerango na Benghazi na a holdout. Now a holdout. Okay? It's supposed for appear because when they arrest him, they not Kerango directly na Benghazi. Now the following day, na Indian Kerango na Benghazi na he sleep so na jail. Now the following day now, I don't know, would that give the authority for say then for Kerango na Benghazi because na a repeated offender. Why yet still they're not supposed for don't shaving aid until they don't what them call her. Yeah, somebody can just can talk say, oh, at the end of the day, the guy for in health, for other people that come on, guys. Come on. All right. Now somebody just they say Ate Bashiru, what's that? The person he want for okay. Ate Bashiru. I don't know who is this, but the person not say anything, so I not go read your name no more. If you want to say something, please put comments. Okay, not just click the send button without not put any comment. I'm not going able to know what the type for same. Now, well, first of all, I want to welcome Mohammed Bashiru. Thank you very much for Canada program.
Thank you, Mankota. How you do?
Yeah, I know say you get something where you want for say that make you call in. So what do you want for say?
Actually, the part of it about the victim. That part I will comment on.
Okay.
Say they don't forget about the original victim of the crime. And I think we only get the police there for them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This not be a simple case.
Yeah.
If an officer say, "Oh, let's do a jump." So, if you just prosecute LAJ, you said LAJ, now jail, you say LAJ. So 10 years, 20 years, nobody need to come out for go protest. Okay.
Yep.
It followed the law. And the ruler followed the law. You know the police follow your law.
Yeah. I agree.
once you start for left this with you for do you go begin do extra things. Now they caused all this problem yeah, where now they focus not on the victims then. They focus is squarely on what the police can do.
I agree.
But I think there are two different things then, right?
Mm.
Yes, there's police abuse. You go deal with that separately. But there's also a criminal thing, like if you let jump, release him. It's a criminal complaint against him. But I say this now the problem to make someone like LAJ, not necessarily just him, but you get them kind of nuisance people that are not just nuisance to society. You see that they permit a salon, they just continue, where boy business they continue.
Yeah.
The reason you see is so common. Now that every time when something happen, think about all the halala LAJ business. Every time it happen, we go do alamasala ala Muhammadu and we release the person. Anything happen, LAJ go do whatever I do. After 1-2 weeks, na police station or jail, you release him. Nothing happen. I mean, that appear court. Look at that. Not very much. We don't actually go court all the way through the process, right? We always do alamasala ala Muhammadu, and you know you deal with the nuisance. If the first 2 times them way he actually involved in robbery, that was known robbery. Put the man in jail. Send the man in jail. Okay, where he come out, he will get a different neck. You know, go begin with thief na petrol station, Santem.
Yeah, that was really barbaric. I don't think it's
It's
supposed to do.
barbaric, but there's an audacity that's attached to it. Right? The audacity is that I'm above the law. This any do I swear to go to America, I'm not gonna do it.
No,
And
America no
they
dey
do
do am.
criminal America. When you go to Santem that way, then they that something so obvious, and they do them. Right? Because in no say if they catch him, he has something to pay for it.
Yeah.
In Salon, all he said on Kesha, he has never paid for it. He has never paid for anything. Right?
Yeah, and another thing again, away you go chairman me calls that lady.
Asthma.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, look at that. What happened? After like 2 weeks in jail, they release him.
Anyway.
Right?
Yeah. So
but
let me
the point is
yeah.
The society itself, now they encourage them bad behavior there. Would encourage them, only they prosecute people them. When people don't do bad things, like I said, we'll go Masala Muhammadu and go.
Yeah, and it's the same thing where Professor Lumumba they talk about when somebody do bad, as long as na million person, it's okay.
Yes.
And they can for can support okay. And that mental behavior then they will need for stop. They help
but
the society.
LJ is not popular in Salon. I'll tell you this for sure. LJ is not popular in Salon. You know who's more unpopular than LJ? It's the Salon police. And this is something we've not talked about. Salon police, I said this without McKinney thing be happen. I don't say this several times where other things are going to happen. The Salon police is the most unpopular institution in Salon. Okay? If you pull, right now, you take a poll on APC people, what do you think about the police? I swear to God, you pull the same for SLP, the same. Take police guys over, you just ask them what you think about the police. Because the same police they are, where some money and police is if the jump, they left power tomorrow, and then they beat the SLP people the next tomorrow. Same police there.
Exactly. Well, I mean, what I just want for America, we all do as a society. We get for implement accountability. Me na principal person. You know, now that make sometimes some people they don't like me because of me stance them. Me na principal person. You know, when they say a law na a law, when they say this na this, you know, you violate them. But this has been going on for a very long time. The police they not get they not they hold them accountable at all. What they do? Yes, I understand for CS their own job is very very difficult. But to be honest with you, the police then job na that's alone. It's less difficult than the police than American. So if we all the police then we get a difficult job accountable, I don't see no reason why we not for all the police them accountable in a salon.
The problem, may I tell you, okay? The problem is, I think, are twofold. One is we as society, we're very quick for politicize.
I talk, and the first thing I talk earlier, yeah, we politicize
We're
everything.
very quick, right? Me, from me own experience with salon police, 90% of the time, salon police don't need to make somebody tell us to make it beat you. You don't need to make somebody tell her. Okay? If in because you don't, if assume say you don't fit TIM, and they say, okay, you don't broke law, make I go to follow through the law. If you allow her, it act out of character and feels in the info enforce the law right there.
Yeah.
By punishing you, do whatever you need to do. And then these are the regular police. When you go to the SSD, then it's even worse. The violence, the tendency for violence is even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, we all get for do better job for
But every time happen, every time happen, okay? Inside Freetown, from the time LJ this is happen to now, I promise you, if you look at the police abuse of people every day you get at least 100 to maybe 200 cases every day inside Freetown, right? But the day anytime it happens to somebody popular or somebody politically connected, all of a sudden they will politicize them. And every time when we do that, if you look at all the halala that happen, they really halala about people review the salon police demo. It's namada, this, na that. You just
yeah,
point
yeah.
finger.
It's
There's an institution.
well,
There's an institution that for function.
Well, what are the time for talk is I know say
Yeah.
we they go through what we call a preliminary stage of democratization, right? And during that stages, then there are so many mistakes because of the people that were actually involved in this exercise. Some of them are very very greedy. Some of them are immature. Some of them are just selfish and ego and all those type of centric way they think about. So there is always these hiccups the way they happen. But again, I just they encourage the Sierra Leonean people for say yes, we're not mature, but at least let we learn from mistakes. Let we not continue for make the mistakes because of politics. They help the country. Like I said, the other way they say, well, LJ this or LJ that. Well, it could be you when it be you in a different talk in the talk. So let we go back to the comment because a lot of comments they come in. All right, Momo for Y says, good talk again tonight, Doc. Please keep it up. Thank you, thank you. Let we go to Amotunde Blythe and says, but everyone has a right to belong. I agree. That make sure say we get a balance.
But belong and politicize are two different things, though.
Yeah, exactly. There are certain things where for politics. There are certain things where if identify say this not got nothing to do with politics. This got something to do with civil rights. Go ahead, Bashir.
So now they make that. So everybody have a right to belong. You belong to whatever you party or whatever group, school, society. That it's your right. You guys for do that. But we as society need to stop for say, anytime something happen, right? Anytime something happen, we need automatically for go.
Whether now we not even get any discussion again. Now green and red we get everything with the label on either na green or na red.
But in between that, salon police they beat driver there every day. They beat they abuse Okada driver rider there every day, right? But we then look at the whole thing. Say, okay, yes, maybe political things and they in between that abuse there. But if you're going to address the abuse, you address the whole abuse. But if not only we come for politics, now you do one, right? You defeat the purpose. And also now, the responsibility for the politician, so I think the politician, the responsible, Makota. It's that I think politically for them, it's a stupid game or it's a stupid move for defend the salon police. Salon police is unpopular. They're very unpopular. Any government where people actually say you just separate yourself from the police, you go be a popular government. It's a salon.
Yeah.
Okay? A government will actually investigate all police accountable. It's a salon. Go be a popular government. But all of them, and this also just SPPO.
Unfortunately, it's a very difficult task because politicians are relying on the police for abuse them, for use them for other people them. So that's not the culture we get. So that make the Sierra Leonean people now we supposed for good them hold them police accountable through what they do. So now let we go back to the comments. West Indies, West Indies muchacho. Sorry if I pronounce your name bad. He say not to anything where you know, please. Maybe you go able for we not understand some of them say their phrases are them very difficult to understand. Which actually they try for arrive at. You can put more details so that we know exactly before we able for comments on you comment. I Mama for I say disagree with some of your comments. Which effects is LAJ's song having on SLPP? You are aware of Asma James of 98.1 issue. The guy is just awful. Maybe I think that somebody they try for respond to. Let's go to Alusan Faya. So objective, sir. This is what people should be preaching to educate the gullible masses. Good talk, bro. Thank you very much. That's not the identification of the TPN. We're not perfect, but we try we level best for be objective because the purpose here is, let me go back to your what I call Alusam. The purpose here is for make we able teach people them what are the best way we will be able to unify with country. Like I said earlier, the country in democratization process is very, very young. There are so many hiccups where they happen. There are so many things then where if we not be careful, if people are not there, we not objective people their way, then we're able to balance, some of them hiccups here. We go take a route where probably we're not going able to come out from that route there. And a very, very destructive. So thank you for recognize that. Um okay. So objective and balanced. Thank you. Um Lucretia Ban say, hi TPN. LAJ brother said LAJ told him he was injected and about 10 policemen handcuffed him and him, shave his head. All right. Well, go ahead before I go ahead.
Let me make that comment about that brother. The same brother is the one that said just likely being injected with something that if they release him in 3 months, he's gonna die. Which poison now they don't make where they do the now, then 3-4 months later he died. He said that too, so we should believe that. Not everything is say we go for just
well, especially when it's coming from the brother. So anything, some of them they're not objective.
Very objective.
Yeah, not objective at all. But if LAJ was injected with anything, we go know. We go know. But me and sources say they're not injected with anything, any substance.
My brother, people get injections in jails. Okay, this thing, so they inject a red substance. Okay, just because somebody get injected in jail doesn't mean it's a poison.
Yeah.
Okay, people get treated. The hospital have the Pademba Road gets decent clinic day. So
yeah,
different police stations. So this comment about the injector, so somehow it's something nefarious.
Well, it is too subjective because we not see any proof to that yet. But like I said, nothing. Never say never. But so far, I not see any proof of for say yes they inject them with any substance. For Sheva, we don't already see a proof for that, so we not even need for argue about that.
Let me make a point about something about over politicizing issues. How sometimes it take away from the real problem, right? If you remember, about maybe almost a year ago, but really came to a head maybe 6 months ago with the SLPP chairman, Prince Harding.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, Prince Harding and that Bobo then shoots.
Yeah.
Most of the world be for then shoots.
In driver?
Prince Harding in bodyguard. In driver, yes. That in bodyguard shoots in driver, in former driver,
mm-hmm.
right? Remember that case there?
Yeah.
That case to me was very fundamental in how we sort of address policing and bodyguard issues as alone. It is very fundamental, right? What we do is that we just all we did was take them and politicize them. Okay. The make of that case they get one, this police, there was no doubt in the case say that the police now shoots the guy, the driver. There's no like disputing the facts. But somehow we don't ever talk about the police who shoot the guy. We talk about Prince Harding. Now Prince Harding ain't tell him again shoot the guy. Police anywhere in the world, military police, then get what's it called? You look at the it look at na tautology, but there's something called lawful and unlawful order. Right? From my experience spending 10 years in the US military, if my commander tell me for do something, say they're civilian and they're not getting threat to me, say shoot them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I follow that and do the same way responsible are responsible.
Yeah, you are responsible for that. Yeah.
Because it's an unlawful order. And therefore follow unlawful order.
Yeah.
The other one. The second thing was the man, okay, the Prince Harding, the other man the chain of command for make Prince Harding get command for make it fall around. Prince Harding, Prince Harding chain of command. Now security program for Prince Harding. Not to order the take on Prince Harding. Okay? Where you provide security for like secret service. You don't tell secret service to go shoot somebody. That's how it works.
Okay.
The secret service job now for provide you security. The reason I said this was a fundamental case that we never treat was that you had a trained salon police. Let's assume say that Prince Harding was shoot. A salon police that is trained. Take order from somebody in chain of command. Okay? And not just that it was an unlawful order for take somebody's life and he do it. Why did he do it? That why I say this, that case could have been a fundamental case in how we talk about this minister then go take this thing, but the guy that go do this, go misbehave this.
All right, let okay, let's
we could have addressed it from that case, but they not do one. All we did was to talk about Prince Harding. I don't want to talk about Prince Harding. Not ever talk about the policeman kill the person.
Well, that's exactly now I've been talk about saying when we take certain way as civil matters, we politicize them. It's actually buried the essence of that matter. So that's my lesson we get for language. Now we go to the comment section. Mohammed Bakar says, I just met this live video, but to be honest, you are a true patriot. You are analyzing things according to. I'm going to follow you now right away. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mohammed Bakar. All right. Luke Shaban says his hair was shaved off. People are against because he is not found guilty yet. Yeah, I don't talk about this, Lucretia. I think probably either you can't let, but that's not the first thing why I talk, way them violating human rights. The guy, not to a prisoner, the guy, not to a convicted person. In fact, Benghazi, based on what I understand, may not be no self who sign at Benghazi until this case actually. Benghazi, I believe, saying for prisoners, them convicted prisoners, and they can't go there. But if the police,
it's not for prisoners either. It's not for prisoners. It's not really a prison place.
Okay, tell me exactly, because this is something that I don't know much about this Benghazi.
Pademba Road is still the side where convicted people are being held.
So
like South Sudan, behold, they out there doing that whatever the war crime prisoner there. So they keep there. They can't open and as like a SSD base.
Okay.
Type thing. It's not a prison.
So where this shaving business come from?
Now they happen.
No. What are they trying to talk about? They say then get a policy.
Again, it's not even that. So the same. You believe that SOP there. The other SOP they talk about now inside Pademba Road. Now they. And then for Pademba Road convicted prisoner. If you've been convicted, you get for days for long. That because you likely will maintain.
So Bashiru, hold on. Let me understand this.
Pademba Road.
Now Pademba Road prison, this Benghazi day, now just another place.
Not today day.
Not today day.
A day, but not today Benghazi day. The SOP where they reference to about Dada. Now Pademba Road for convicted felons.
Yeah.
That SOP they exist. Not to people where they remind or just don't even remind the man they say. Now police station are they.
The man supposed for exactly now police custody the guy there. So why them for go cut in here?
So you already just have to punish him before you convict him, and that's the problem. That's where the problem lies.
Yeah, it's
even send a court.
Yeah,
because it's a form of punishment.
Yeah, and that make I say the police supposed to be accounted for some of them violation and what they do, you know. So all right, now we go to Suma Fode, Free Boss LA. Well, I don't know if LA
as long as we deal with the victim of the crime also.
Yeah. If he commits a crime, he has to be tried before them free him. Then they may not go say let them just free like the way other people then they take him. Now if he go commit a crime, then he has to go through the process. If they're not able to convict him, they find him innocent, then they free him. You know. All right, now we go to Ibrahim Abdul Wahab Jallo. You sure for say what he okay, hold on. I don't know what he puts now.
You
he say okay.
They need for do a whole thing because by the time you go, sometimes and the way you go to the comment, it's been 5-6 minutes past. So
right.
If you know, we just do a phrase and then nothing else about.
Well, Ibrahim, the last word. I don't know what you put there, so I'm not able to understand that one. I think it says OBU or something. But in any case, put more statements so that it will be clear who we're able to comment on. All right, Musa Conte, just tuning in, Doctor. What is the source of your information in regards to LAJ incident? Well, I get many people that we are able to talk to, and I also go through the court reports where the first sit down, where the first witness where the victim where what he say, and secondly for the injection. To be honest with you, if they inject Bosele, I don't think say at this time. How many days now? I don't think say at this time it's not supposed for don't begin get some kind of some symptoms. But in any case, that's not me own sources what I get, because when something happen, I they listen to every single person where they them, especially the officials them. First of all, I totally ignore the police, because the police, first of all, the guy with them interviewed in 98.1. Clearly everybody knows he not been even know what him been go on, because they asked him two times whether indeed LJ they don't shave his head. He say no, LJ with the interest. So I understand say he not be no what thing they go on. So I ignore all them things and them. But these are some of the things then where I get me sources from different places where I can realize him. First of all, they're not supposed for court LJ in here. That is a violation of in constitutional right. At the same time, LJ not supposed to go rob somebody or for go scold somebody. That's not good at all. We have to be balanced when we do stuff. Yes, I know say most times people then they use politics when something happen. Politics and they use for then they see things in a political lens, and now in sometimes they clouded their own judgment. But me, I'm very methodical, very, very careful, make sure say I get the truth on both sides before I come out. So I am happy for him if he is not injected. At the same time, I am totally against the assault. This is a case of you ought to know better on the part of LAJ. His action is reckless and wanton, or utter disregard for self. Definitely, Musa. Now the same thing I just talked. I totally agree with you. LAJ don't get so many confrontation with the law na Salom. He don't get confrontation with the law na America now before then deport him. And if all them things they don't get him, and say the SLPP not like you in the first place. LAJ supposed for don't say the SLPP don't like him specifically. So for somebody who is smart enough, he get for stay away from any problem. He do what he get for do. But why unnecessary attack? These are all something where even if you get sympathy for LJ, but if you not somebody who's sincere, you go say, no, yeah, I get sympathy for this guy, but this guy, for himself, why they go scold somebody? Because and if the person not say, pump the fuel, then say them pump the fuel for you. Why now all of a sudden this attack where you go attack them people? Then I don't really understand what's in the gun and head, you know. All right, let we go to Luki Shaban. Mr. Bashiru is right. It is the police that make it get out of hand. Yeah. I agree with Bashiru and I agree with you too. Now that make a talk same because the police then don't go violate in human rights. So they know they talk about the victims self. Then they just they talk about the police. And now an opportunity for the politicians then for use them, politicize them, and disregard the actual incident. When you go on social media, the incident itself, the area and so no more. Now all about LJ in the way them caught. Now no more. So the police, I think the need for rain on the police, for make the police need for go more training and try for find put policies them where then you able to hold the police accountable. And don't they do so much bad things in other country then?
So training. I think training without accountability not mean anything. What's in lack na salon? I don't think I'll just the training I lack. Yes, there's some police officer we not even know what's in your own right. We talk about now you human rights, now you civil rights. You have police officers not even know the difference. Okay. But accountability now something they teach. They sabi sabi now you able read not able read. Accountability they teach you lesson. When you see Joe Ome to Sabi, we're all being at the same work. Joe go slap civilian, go beat civilian on the street. We see say Joe lost his job, maybe Joe go jail. Okay? Me and you two they for that same job they work for take with them. The next time we'll deal with somebody.
Yeah, I agree. Now that make us say for hold them accountable too.
Accountability is huge. We really need to do a better job at that.
Yeah.
Like you said, we lack if you go do all the training again.
If you're not only accountable, you become reckless. Yeah, that's true. Now we go to Christian Bryzy Bangura. Y'all just most times judge based on ignorance. Sorry to say, but it's a fact. Well, that make an interactive program. Sometimes not everything we know, but if you know something, then put on let we able to discuss and try to find a common ground. Okay. And you also say,
we ignorant.
Yeah.
At least you know that.
Yeah. It say make we not forget say we preferences not get nothing on others. Well, it's true because everybody gets a right now to your opinion, but what you will focus on how we go able to make Sierra Leone a better country without all them petty political nuisance where they go around that country. Mr. Bangura, it could be you tomorrow. So when something happen when a civil matter, let's discuss it based on the civil discussion. Let we not go politicize them because the moment we do them, we don't forget about the actual essence of the case. Now it happen with this case. Now we try to talk about.
Sometimes I think it happen by this politicizing thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that not even LG is support though. Now they perceive enemy with your enemy now we should say they're against LG. Now you the go after. But you come across as if you actually support LG, but you care less about LG. All you want, if not political point, you don't make a political point. That's all you want for you.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even care about LG sex. So it's kind of bad thing about politicizing something. You put a jump, but who want to jump? Because if they say they will score political points right now. So my theory talking, say LG has some registered APC man where they don't go beat the APC party office, this, that. Because it feels like we score political points.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly the point.
And we miss the bigger picture, which is this police brutality, not problem as alone.
Yeah, let it be
Not
a fundamental
How do we
discussion for
fix
we
it?
all, irrespective
Yes.
of the political
How do we fix it?
affiliation.
But I tell you, think about it. APC, SLPP, now about 50% of the country. At any day we do election, at 50%. Right? If you start the conversation by blaming the other 50% first, before you even start the conversation.
You don't dilute everything, yeah.
This is where the police somehow in the middle, nobody talk about them because we talk over them. We blame APC, we blame SLPP, we blame this. Okay?
Yeah, I know. It's very, very tempting.
Like I said, in your experience, police no need a lot of provocation self as alone. To make them act like say now then what's that day that power what's that day even the traffic police waiting up there he act like say that in get all the power then at the wall now that's particular area.
Yeah, the police that make the training is also very important because when they think say now then be the judge now then be the police again, and it becomes a problem. Now that make them they behave some of them behavior, yeah, and at the same time because they hold them accountable. Now let's go to Samson Bar. Politicians against him. Well, yeah. I talk about this Samson earlier for saying the problem what I get with we musicians them who they call artists as alone. Not for say we not get the most talented musicians in West Africa probably come up from Sierra Leone. But you know what thing they go on? Why they're not able to succeed up to this time? They're easy for incorporate them into politics. Tell me now who's musicians we actually they make music not to base on politics. Everybody then single all them singles them now about politics.
No, but Drizzlick is making music. We're not gonna answer this with music, with politics. Okay? Not to just that. You can hate Emerson, whatever you want for hate Emerson. Emerson's message about bad government has not changed per party.
Yeah.
Not based on party. His message about bad government has nothing to do with parties.
Yeah.
So for make musician, this is what Bob Marley did. Bob Marley spoke about political issues. It's that you only see bad thing on one side, or you see you music about the country, what's best for the country.
Now that one I talk earlier, I say Emerson, now that make I say Emerson is a smart politician.
He makes nothing to do with party.
Yeah.
It's about bad politics, bad government. And that is actually good for Salone. It's good for Salone that you have musicians that can bring this thing up. Almost a year and a half ago, or maybe more than that, where SLPP just starts. Which, by the way, going to this, everybody will say Emerson, Emerson is SLPP supporter, right? We start with the Babati business. Remember that song?
Yep.
Everybody jump back. The same ABC people that wait the baby banner for making even make sure stadium. They don't jump in and out. Hey, as if they with them. No, he's telling you the same bad message, the same bad government will not be ruled. 90s the background starts. That's what he thinks about the bad government, not for those parties.
I agree.
And that's
I totally agree.
The first will break between bad government and the political party.
I think we need for get some kind of education to we brothers the way they try for sing music. And they're very talented. When Salomon really ready for sing, and I admire Salomon in talent. You tell Salomon for make music. They take 2-3 days. You don't make very good music where they enjoy. But unfortunately, the politicians are using them for destroy them. Anyway, let we go to.
I think we need to also differentiate between musician and drag man there.
Well,
a lot of people make music na Salone, na drag man them. I know people let me down in the offices them where somebody we don't make one small SLPP song before. Right? Now any office we go and they use for go bigger. Let me sing boy, let me sing for mother.
I know. All right, Christian Brazi Bangura say what we talking about is the inhumane treatment against him. We are not saying don't deal with him according to the confinement of law in Sierra Leone. Yeah, we all agree with you, Christian. We don't condemn the behavior of the police, which is very, very unfortunate because they are there to protest, not to humiliate. So we agree with you. We're then at the same page. Um, Yet again, there are people where they say, "Oh no, let them free, let them free." Well, if any time
Yeah.
when somebody violates or do something when a criminal, we say let them free am, then you know go tell you everybody will be a criminal because it's easy for free am. So let we give chance to the law for make the law take its course. After that, we go know we go call for free am if we all know say not guilty.
Which I honestly believe that people are need for call for. Okay, it's really the full investigation of this problem. That 10 police, or not the 10 police, or not the name them, right? Would I give them that command day? And then from above, what's above? You get me? This is what we need. But now they make the right thing say, we need a pinpoint because if you dig into that, that's where you get answers. That's where you get change, right? But it's free LG, free LG. Okay, you free LG tomorrow, then we'll forget about this case. This is not nonsense. Nobody talk about that. Okay.
Yeah,
We don't talk. We don't pay attention to what's important. From where after that Padema Road thing happened, that morning the Vice President go, he announced the start investigation. No APC person not follow up on that investigation. What happened to that investigation? None of them ask the right question.
yeah, that's now one of the problems that we'll get in the country.
We just talk about it. We also they kill people there. Government said they go investigate. What happened to the investigation?
Up to now, nobody know.
Nobody asked about that.
All right, I don't go out of time. Now we go to Ibrahim Sorijalo. Say, tell her, dude, he don't know what he's talking about. We don't know what in Ibrahim Sorijalo. Maybe you can expand what you try for talk about. Probably they try for respond to somebody na the comment section, but we don't know exactly what they talk about. So expand on that quickly. Johnny says it's only when we change our political mindsets then we will grow. 100%, Johnny, and that's not a very key point. You know, go try for change somebody if you not change. First of all, now you're supposed for change, then you're able for change somebody because you experience change. But if you don't want the experience change, how you go change another person? You just be like, I didn't have me host, then me host dirty, then I go tell other person for sweeping host dirty. Or I mean a drunkard. Every time they see me with alcohol,
of course, you only see dirty. Now, APC person host, nobody see dirty. If you person.
Exactly. So are you supposed first of all?
APC person, now only SMP person see dirty. That's not the blindness. That willful blindness to obvious things, right? The way you've been there during APC time, we preach about good governance, right? If they be listen to that, I swear to you, they're stealing their power.
Yeah. No, to be honest with you, yeah.
Because because you can still do what you do and rule good. You can still do them.
Yeah.
The two can be done. You can still do good things.
I agree.
And still have power. But notice they don't convince themselves, right? We just need for care. Just when we want people no more or defend any bad thing. We just need for defend ourselves because not do that day.
Yeah, defend, or oppose. You see,
oppose.
The literal meaning of opposition, you just oppose whether somebody do good or you oppose, you do bad or you oppose, whatever you oppose. Or the literal meaning of governance or political support, whether the government where you support is they do bad or they defend, they do good or they defend. That there is no line, no line at all, no demarcation line for making able to separate them in the. And that one day, that mentality, the way Johnny they try for talk about say we need for change. If we change that, it will be better.
It has to change, Marcos. We have to change it because you look at this whole thing, and this all this people don't jump. So I promise you, now one sex video, now you for Canada, now WhatsApp just now. Some salon celebrity go get sex video. They don't forget about this case. They all long go. They might not go back to something.
Another case now, yeah, I'm telling you.
Right? They never go into solving problems. And then, to be honest, the politicians don't know that. They say, if you be the alala no more, it pass. After 1 week, it pass.
Yeah, well, the politicians, they know that then they do things then deliberately, then sit down and say, so talk, it go pass this now. Now we go to
remember 2 weeks ago, we talked about hey Dominion, hey
Dominion. Yeah, we don't almost forget about that. Now,
okay.
now we go to Alusan Fire. You talk like a true Sierra Leonean. This is the fact. People don't want to hear objectivity. Yeah, I agree with you, Alusan. I totally agree with you. Johnny say, so is it crime for him, LAJ, not to be obey Sierra Leone law at all? Yeah, it's a crime. If you don't obey the law, that means you broke the law.
So it's a crime, but this is another problem with police, right? Where police they always feel say. So for Mecca, it's okay. So if I not follow police, say police tell me for do something I not do, right? Police they add charges. In America, for example, let's say I run red lights or I go beat somebody, right? Now the police come. Police try to arrest me, for example, and resist, I fetch them, right? What do? They add resisting arrest, right?
Yeah.
So that's what do that first case or that beat I go beat somebody, not the banner. They add new charges on which I do directly with them. Failure to follow order, if I'm not following an order, that they give me command that I refuse to do it, right?
Resisting arrest.
Again, another I resist arrest, they add on to that, right? If I say what if I threat, I go punch one, they add assaulting an officer there, right?
All right.
This is what policing is supposed to do. Not so now the police will take now say, I tell you to do this, you don't do it now, make I beat you. That's not his job.
Yeah.
And people, laws are made. Sorry, it's sad, but laws are made to be broken. If whoever they follow all the laws all the time, we'll never get police.
Yeah. So now we go to Ibrahim Sori Jalo. Nobody above the law. You guys are not being fair with LAJ. Well, I don't know what they try to talk about. We're not being fair with LAJ. We already don't say. Maybe now the other viewers them you actually they respond to, but we already don't say LAJ getting in on misgivings. The police get their own misgivings.
They don't differentiate between what LAJ do where make police arrest a force, and what the police them do where they after they arrest LAJ.
Yeah, those are some of the things that we will get for look into. It say also
there's a reason why make police arrest them, right? That case is there. Waiting police do it's wrong with the arrest them. It's wrong. So after they arrest them, them do wait in custody. It's wrong. LAJ did something that caused the police to arrest him. That, if it's true, the accusation, if it's true, it's also wrong, and that's what court has to prove.
I think Ibrahim Sori probably look a little bit angry. He say, "Get that guy off the phone, man. He don't know what he's talking about." Well, Ibrahim Sori, now discussion with Ipan now. So if you get contrary view, just put let we all discuss here we are here to learn. It's not a matter of
sympathizer.
Yeah, he says some of you guys are fake. Yeah. So these are some of the things we talk about, And probably Ibrahim Sori not even know exactly what are the details of this case. If you ask him what actually happened, probably will give you a different story.
There's a police. The other thing is a police.
Yeah. So, but in any case, you are welcome, Ibrahim Sori, for giving your own opinion. That's not the beauty of the TPM. So, Alusan Ba say, man, this is all about politics and tribalism. Well, the other person don't bring tribalism.
Tribal, come on.
He said, when you petition the government of the day, you become an open enemy. And also, when you talk about the mandate, it is a big problem. I understand what you're trying to talk about. Inside the motorcar, I think one of the guys been the cause the mandate. I think this guy been the trying to talk about. Say it's all about that. Well, unfortunately, that's the case. But we want to focus on the issue where the assault. The assaults because even the guy will be in the console. Now one of the people that we actually go assault that them two young guys than the young guy and the female lady. So
Marcus had the same thing. I tell most of them in the friends then, and some of them were considered brothers then. The past week or so, I think I can say now this group again. A whole tribe. It's not variable in cost. Now you go take. You are make like saying na action. This is a political action for you.
I mean, I believe say them guys them been drunk. Their behavior, even on the motorcar, it seems those guys were drunk.
Na rare boy in course. Now you go take.
Yeah. It not look good for LJ at all. LJ is a very, very smart person. I'm so sorry they go through all these problems. And a very smart person. So it's not good for them. I think in family need for put and do after this, say, hey, oh man, focus on your music. Forget about all this radio boy business way. Because not according to what you understand, not to even LJ start this confrontation. LJ just kind of want to, he can't involve.
LJ in MO now, Salon, is that he's a thug. That's his MO. That's what he writes on. That's how he carry himself. He carry himself as this thug.
How are
you going to tell him to change that? He's not going to change it. That's his identity.
Michael Coker say the shaving of LJ here does not look good for the police, definitely. However, he is too lawless and deserves to face the consequence of his action. Well, the law has to take its course, so that's not the reality. Musa Conte say, yeah, Bashiru. So Panemba Road has a decent clinic. You mean prisoners has a decent clinic than the taxpayer civilian?
The clinic doesn't for the taxpayers then. It does have clinic. Panemba Road does have clinic that treats prisoners. They do have clinic.
Yeah, I know say Musa na joke no do.
So when I say decent clinic in a sense, it's a clinic where they can treat people. So for make somebody, again, I'm not specifically to this thing because there's nothing that's been proven that he was injected or anything. But what I'm saying in reference is that somebody, when they're custody, say the injector, it not necessarily mean when they inject somebody, not something nefarious, not some poison they don't go get. Red stuff, not red substance, right? Right there, what it make is that as if red substance now not something poisonous. That's what this is the type of when people communicate. Sometimes you stop, you listen. What's the type of communicate? You say red substance, you make it like some mystery substance. Okay, LJ is not medical. If you don't get LJ medication, or make it for calm and down. Let's say
we are going away. We almost will get about 15 minutes. I get a lot of other comments where they come in. Today now all about comments. All right, Tapa Ben says TPN yesterday LJ gave us information on his Facebook page that they give him algae. What's an algae? For Rob and Gravition. I heard that he's gonna appear on the 28th this month. I don't know. I not get that information, but you may be right. But who knows?
So the man what did they allow for the man? For being free. The man they na jail. Is that police custody? It updates in Facebook. That must be good. That's a good custody. I'm just saying. If not human rights, you talk about the man. So the man they police custody with the updates in Facebook.
All right. Okay, but still we are waiting for him. All right. Yeah, let's wait for him. Tapa. TPN Relay, it's now I follow you, sir. But Relay Today program is very good. May God bless you, sir. Well, thank you very much. And also share the program. Always not Facebook, not TPN Network. If you type TPN Network, you can subscribe there. If you go now YouTube, the same thing, TPN Network, you will see them. Just subscribe there, then follow down there. Today, not only the first way then call no more. We done there since 2010, and we're still kicking, So, and because we to make more, we able for stay too long like this. Now because of we objectivity. Not necessarily means say we're perfect, but at least we try we level best to be objective. Because if you want to bring people them together, you get to be objective first, so that you will able to get confidence from different groups them. So that's now we own characteristics now and then. Now let we go to Eric George. Benghazi is in Libya. No, I think the Benghazi when they talk about now a place na Salon where then they go hold people them. Ajibu Tijanjalo say Benghazi is the unofficial name given to the holding cell at the OSD headquarters at the back of the old President's Lodge, where I grew up at Bass Street, Brookfield. Oh, okay. Now I get the okay. All right. Yeah, because me already talk about Benghazi. I say, na new prison, they don't open or waiting. But
and they always didn't place.
yeah. So I don't understand now, But even at that, they not get right for go shave somebody where they not find out any guilty. It's like punishing somebody before you find out guilty. What will happen if you then find out innocent?
They move the man there for good torture. That's it.
Yeah, they move and they specifically for go do them thing and they very very bad. All right. Tapa Ben says the police said that he is part of the law SOP, so they need to cut in here. Okay. Bashir don't talk about this already. So, but even at that, me I did look at the human rights part of it.
Michael break the SOP from the IG, right? The IG said they cut in here because of SOP. In the same sentence, not even another sentence, the same sentence, you say they cut in here because they try to kill himself within here.
Yeah.
So which one are the SOP? Now make you cut down at the suicide risk. Now make you cut down.
Yeah, well, we know say the police not get any kind of standing anyway. In this case, they don't mess up. They're
not yet. See, but it's a cover up that's always bad in anything there. We mess up sometimes. Just come out so I messed up. A few man they mess up. But when they start for cover up, I make a comment in there on the Facebook page say most places in the world or most institutions, if something happens, then one time they will actually make you give them time, maybe not give such a statement, so that they will do some they will try for paint a better picture, explain something better, right? But it's alone police. The more time we give them for make them like get the story together, now the worse the story they get.
You know why, Bashiru? You know why? Because they know the phrase say then go get reprimand or some of them thing and the accountability like in that. Because if you know say if you do bad, then the wholly accountable. When you first of all you get for you be very careful what you do. Then secondly, if you don't do them, you go try for find a way for get a better arguments. So, but they're not. Then just they cannot more than they do what they do. Right, that will go to Sheku Komba. Please free my favorite artist in the world. Yeah, the guy is very, very talented. Unfortunately, I don't know what's in the go on with him, but he's a talented person. Eric just said Benghazi is in Libya. Eric, we already don't we already don't know. Say the Benghazi now the OSD holding center. Even Nigerian artist, which is Davido, he is also applied for releasing. Yeah, well, now in company artist, so
you have to go through the thing. Where bail time reach if he's eligible for bail or bail out.
Yeah. That will give chance. Even Davido when they talk, so if he commits crime, the Nigerian police not go just say because somebody say release him for just release him. They get for go through.
But another part though is that supposedly he was on bail. He had also violated that bail. What if he on bail for? He don't violate that bail. Rules.
Okay, right? Aminatu.
He was already on bail. Ask my business. He was on bail for that.
Aminatu Bari says, "Get your facts right." Aminatu, please expand which fact we you talk about. Maybe they talk to somebody where they na the Facebook group comment. So we want to get more information before we comment. If you just say get your fact, which fact will you talk about? Tell me so that we're able to discuss them, okay? Let's go to Mohammed Saiduba. So nonsense you they talk. You have no damn idea what you're talking about with your frog voice.
Yeah, Mohammed.
It's in
Mohammed Saiduba.
Yeah, it's in Mohammed Saiduba. Yeah. All right, Mohammed Saiduba, we understand.
Like they feel safe because alleging and full and full life for just defend. So
we understand Mohammed Saiduba. So we just talk some things away. We all will able to benefit from. Okay, sometimes they favor one side or the other. So unfortunately, the culture of Sierra Leone today, you get for balance one side before then see you as somebody who they talk to, the other. Anyway, Musa Conte say I think Bashiru's premises on Prince Harding is wrong, especially comparing a structured, institutionalized country like the United States to that of our country. Who believes in small man, big man affairs? That command structure in the US Army, does not exist in our country. Most people in positions will act outside of the Constitution just because dot dot. Let's be realistic with the
So
happenings
so
in
so
our country,
that's the
especially
part.
our behavior and lack of
For my sister,
accountability.
make I address that though. That actually is the reason why I said that was an opportunity. Because the rules for engagement, the rules for follow order, okay, for police, for example, command and stuff like that, does not change, right? Na Salono, na Libya, na whosoever, the structure there for police, right? They get command. You get the IG, you get the assistant IG, they get different command under them, right? Also there.
Mhm.
Then you get the person above them where they answer to. Some cities they are the mayor, right?
Mhm.
If not like America or stuff like that. In that type of central government, so will get a thing that the vice president are the highest. So under then the under Ministry of Local Affairs, but the vice president, I think now in the board of police and now the head of the board of police, right? But there's a command structure there. The reason why I say this was an opportunity to deal with that. I'm not saying what you say wrong, say they need to just do something on that big man, for that big man business. The problem is we had an opportunity to deal with that problem. That it's wrong for them for me to follow command from big man business. That's the point I was trying to make. That there was an opportunity there. For make we actually say somebody lost in life because when I look at this coconut head follow just follow order because I'm a big man. Right? But we fail to do it because we over politicize it. That's the point I was trying to make. I'm not telling you that's not what they're doing. What I'm telling you is that it's wrong that they're doing it. And we had an opportunity to address it, at least address it and have a conversation about.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Why? Give me an example. Why the former minister of land? Why the former minister of land? They just go get Sujaman for go broke building there. Who say if we that order the for me go just go Sujaman, they just go get Sujaman for go broke building. Whose power did he get? Whose authority was that? And this is the part I'm trying to say. We had the opportunity to address that issue. They say ministers, we know them nothing to do with the chain of command of the police or the soldier man, not for just come out and give order to them to go do something and then they follow that order. That's what I was trying to point to.
I understand.
We had an opportunity,
I think.
but we never took it. We never took it because we over politicized it.
All right. All right. Tapa Bensi, what's wrong with you boys? Well, until you tell me what's wrong with we. So Tapa, you don't have home treating. I don't know what in this. I don't know. Oh, maybe Tapa, we don't know what you the time for talk about because it looks like not just phrases. Sometimes phrases are very difficult to interpret. So no one for can interpret within, say. So if you go able to expand, because sometimes some people then they comment against other people then at the comment section. So when they can at the studio, I not gonna know whether now other person in the comment on. So we don't know. So now that make it very important for make you expand a little bit so that we able to know. I mean not to say LAJ didn't rob. It's just an allegation. Salomon as we fight, so we quick for say something done lost. Well, that the reason that one day we say make the law take its course. If they find her innocent, we all they come and say free LAJ because he is innocent. If they find her guilty, well, we have to allow the law for take its course. We'll not be able to do if we just they come and talk all kind of things and based on we own opinion. You know what I'm saying? I I think Eric George. I don't know what he brings up. Eric George still they believe say Benghazi na Libya a day. We know say Benghazi na Libya one of the Libyan cities, but the Benghazi what they talk about na a place na Salon where then Kergo LAJ where then go keep away then go cut in here. Now who they talk about. Now that Benghazi they will they talk about. Now so then they call them Benghazi. It just feel like na Salon we get what we call Sanabacha Street also. Well, Sanabacha na street na Nigeria been there. But we get a name we call Sanabacha Street, the same thing, so not of us say we disagree with you actually. Benghazi na city na Libya, we know that. Let's go to Alusan Fire. This issue of people politicizing every trivial issue is destroying the fabric of our society. I am so happy you made mention of gas attendants that we are the center of this whole issue, which even the lawyer, the lawyers and like-minded did not do. What a shame! Thank you, Doc, for giving us that part, making it balance for us to make easy judgment. I remain true to your page, Sam. Thank you. Let's go to David. Oh, wow. All right. I just don't jump a lot more. Don't come. Oh, I think say probably I'm not going able for read all the message them because of time. I will give another 10-15 minutes. How much o'clock now? All right. I will just stop at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Right now 1:48. I for be non-stop 1:30. But I could just stop 2 o'clock now, we time here. 5 o'clock now East Coast. So now just continue for read the messages. All right. Let's go to David Ture Koroma. Oh, all right. This guy talking. Why are you digging into LAJ's past about him getting deported and so on? Talk about his rights being violated by the police. Hey, Salon fake blogger. All right, so we don't know what to get for talking like that. All right, let's go to Alusanba. Sir, you say the SLPP doesn't like LAJ. Why? Well, the reason what to make I say so is LAJ from where the SLPP come, and as one of the people that we been actually give a lot of criticisms. We know say politicians them when you criticize a politician, whether the criticisms we make a valid or not, then they just take you see you now a threat to them. They not like you. That's not a fact. That's alone politics. The moment you criticize somebody, you see you not like them. So therefore, you get that grudge day against you. So this now something we all know. That's alone politics. It happen. So if that thing did happen, let me give you an example. Mohamed Kamari Mansari nine sit on na jail so. Nine sit on na jail so. You know, they're not they talk about her against self. They're not they even I don't think say if they even attend court again. Imagine. And waiting are in problem because even the allegation where they give see Mohamed Kamari Mansari na do up to this time, the prosecutor not able to bring any kind of tangible evidence where you go able to convict Mohamed Kamari Mansari. So what did they happen? Then just lock him and sit down. And if you look at that, you go realize say because Mohamed Kamari Mansari now one of the fiercest critics of the SLPP government, especially what he talk about the marriage between President Bio and his wife. You know that one day now I think now one of the things that we actually then go after him. Because if not the allegation number by this time, if there is any evidence, therefore be not bring evidence because they not get evidence, so then just keep them. So now some of them things they happen now. That's alone politics. So and this is
this is Michael. You point again to something very important. Okay, this is the which you think about it. How many years now? About 2 years or more you go past now at jail. No official evidence against them. Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years now they're in jail. And not been convicted yet. Just kind of just in remind. Almost 2 years.
You don't pass 2 years.
Jump. Oh, yeah, you know things. I just make me guess.
It don't pass 2 years since we they put on it.
Civil these groups the way now human rights groups.
Yeah, then civil organizations them.
Jump for LJ in your court. Again, not to dismiss them, not say what you do to LJ. It's a minimum. I'm not trying to minimize them. But you can see that something like this, so somebody when I've been a president like a contestant 4 years ago, they rot in jail.
Yeah, it's very, very sad.
They're not even talking about it. But they want for Alapa. Again, not to dismiss LJ in police, what the police do to her. But comparing to what's happened to Kamaramba, it's a joke. But you know that any of them they talk. This is not the over politicizing things that we can talk about. And when something new, that's always new, they jump on that. A new thing.
Yeah.
Then 1 week, 2 weeks, they don't forget about that.
They don't forget about that. Okay.
About Kamaramba.
All right. Let's go to Lukusha Ban. Lukusha Ban says TPN Even you already find LJ guilty by saying he went to rob. Have you listened to how it started? Read what the witness said and let's wait for the case before we judge. We not judge. No, no, no. I don't think say you are we
So
fine. We not say LJ robbed something. We say that they accuse him. They accuse LJ of robbery. That's all they're saying.
But she's saying, let's listen to the witness. Okay. Has she also listened to the victim? Because the victim started getting your own story. So you're looking at different stories. You're saying we should just listen to one part of her. He was accused. Right or wrong, he was accused. He was accused of assault.
Yeah.
They beat a couple of people up. He was accused of that.
So we all know say
people got beaten. Now,
yeah, we just want to clarify that
they were arrested. They were arrested for that, right? The people also claim say they're not paid for the gas with the pumps and the motor car, which again.
And I think the witnesses said the first witness where they call when at the victim, he talks say then grab in bag money bin dey run away. But even at that na allegation. So I just want to make it clear, say we not say LJ go rob and say we say they accuse and that make we say let we wait, let the law take its course for whether if they find them guilty, it's okay. If they're not find them guilty, we all they come and say, hey, we not free this guy because this guy is not guilty the allegation what they call. So I just want from Luki Shaban for make you understand what we the time for talk about. Okay. Let's go to Eric George. Libya Benghazi City was one of the dangerous war zone in Africa. Okay, we agree on that. All right, Tapa Ben says even Guinea and Nigeria artists are apply for LAJ. All right, so let's move on. Ajib Ujalo say, frankly, I find it hard to phantom LAJ's arrest is politically motivated. LAJ probably have 2 songs at most where he has criticized. He is not Mr. Upgun, Big Wise, Ragap Spice, or Innocent who are singing against the government day in, day out, and will we are red and stand with the APC party. It could be right, Ajibu Jalo.
But LAJ also actively campaigned for APC. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. LAJ, Zainab Sharif, and other people, they campaigned actively for APC last election. That's their right. That's their right.
Yeah, don't get the right for campaign for anyone within the support. The only thing, my only problem is
make we not just take everything and say, oh, the reason. So it's not Drizzlick that we don't really know which party they're and they've been treated. So does it make difference? We just could left and say we're not so it's wrong or right because maybe a political affiliation or not ever come out politically. It's wrong. What the police do, it's wrong, regardless of that the person.
All right, Peter.
I'm going to concentrate on the police. What the police do is wrong until we investigate the police and say have some politician and come for do that day. Now, freaking police and value the money in
All right. Let's go to Peter. Peter Dauda say, I am a bit disappointed that you have not mentioned I have not mentioned the word lawlessness so far in your conversation. Well, that's not a vocabulary description where you can measure them. LJ may be critical of the current administration, but he certainly is not an APC musician. Or no, I don't think say LJ is an APC musician. Yes, he campaigned for APC. He support APC, but I don't think say an APC musician. And that's I think that the problem down the way LJ gets because the SLPP probably see and say, well, it's a little bit more close to the APC. But another thing where we forget to understand, LJ and Caldenario, these two are rival before. You understand? Yes, I see Caldenario don't come out and condemn the police, which is supposed to do. And I appreciate that he come out and condemn the police, what he then do. But these two people are actually rivalry. Then get this rivalry. And during that time, LAJ come na the APC for support the APC. Caldenario go na the SLPP. So because of the rivalry, I don't know if a lot of people they know about this.
Wake up and entertainers then. Zainab Sharif lead the group of entertainers there for support APC. Which make maybe Zainab Sharif. Which makes another people lock Zainab Sharif. We could stop this nonsense. LA in actions sometimes garner some of this attention, negative or positive. Some of the actions then they cause this reaction towards him.
Yeah, well, that make us say
Other
give the opportunity for Mecca then go after him. But in any case, let we go to Ibrahim B. Gamo. He is lawless. All right, let's go to the link SNM 100%. All right, let's go to Tiano Ibrahim Abari. That's for sure. They never like LAJ. Let's go to Michael Coker. Tiano Ibrahim Bari. Do you like lawless people? Okay, I think this now. All right, so 5 people in a car crime scene. One got charged after 10 days, lol, and his dread shaved off. All right, well, let's continue to. I'm sure that's how the UK, Great Britain, USA. Okay, I don't know.
Actually, salon law allow up to 10 days off to make them hold you before they charge you. They can.
Yeah.
So
Ibrahim Barry says,
my same rules that will get everywhere.
Yeah, Ibrahim Barry says the power government always against LAJ. All right, let's go to Luki Shaban. Next week is the by-election. That's another topic. Yep. We will try for cover that election day because it's very important. Down in they tip the balance of how many parliamentary seats each party gets. So now very important election. That's another topic. New one will add on top of it. Salon topic is add on not for good reason. May God move Salon forward. All right. Yeah, we'll forget about LAJ next week. All right. Eric George says patriotism is key. You can be in opposition and still contribute to development, and can be in governance and still work with the opposition for the common good of the country. But this is not be as seen in our democracy. All right. His promise jar.
Like I just said something. There is the last data I saw. We have at least 150 or 160 parliamentarians, and from where this parliament starts for the open, how many years now? What, 4 years? They've never spoken in the world of parliament. 100 and something of it, they've never spoken. Okay.
I think we get. I think right now we get 132. If I'm not mistaken.
Where we know one they say one word inside parliament. They also one word inside parliament.
Would that
paid? No. In Salon Parliament, all the parties are now combined. You get parliamentarians, about 100 and something parliamentarians that have never said a word in Parliament, like in the well of Parliament, and never given a speech.
Okay. All right, let's go to his
Salon Parliament.
Yeah, let's go to.
How are these people supposed to change what you going to do in the future?
Yeah, first of all, parliamentarians they're no one for dealing with the diaspora. I see a newspaper where say parliament reject to sim crap. All right, and his promise is when you are radical, you must be treated in a radical ways. As a musician, you must to have moral dexterity. You are representing the nation. The thug is not for a country like Sierra Leone. He is being too much for himself. He must be governed. All right, let's go to Gabriel P.T. Gore. Tiano Ibrahim Bari. Where can't you people talk like Sierra Leonean? Now, I tell people you do bad. All right. Let's go to Gabriel P.T. Go again. Alusanba. So the Democrats in U.S. in those days were against your LAJ when they deported him to Sierra Leone.
LAJ, I mean, people say not bringing.
Let's go to the bottom line is Sierra Leone has not been fortunate with true leadership. I am not sure Sierra Leoneans' political reasoning will change, not unless we have a true leader with patriotic mantra to do so for the nation's progress. Ajibujalo say Congratulations, APC has won the constituency 56 parliamentary by-election. We have the majority in parliament, Mr. Speaker. Oh, I think that's today.
I think it was today.
I think that's today, right? I not follow up.
I mean today.
Yeah, not today. Well, Ajib Ujalo, this is now breaking news. Thank you for what they call the breaking. Well, it was very clear. Say we'll get for winner because now been we stronghold until that guy will get a chance can't take over. All right. Oh boy, I can go. All right. Okay, guys. The comments as at the time for them other comments then they come. So I'm trying to okay, Bashir, will just do quickly. All right, we get where is go up? What's going on about the LAJ saga? Well, we don't talk about that for the past 2 hours. Musa says you are clear. Clarity is necessary. I demand clarity, Koto Bashiru. I just wish that this case, as you put, for institutions to learn from mistakes, but it seems institutions in Sierra Leone are petrified to think of change. Holy moly, they're afraid of not being feared again. Yeah. All right. Thank you. True talk, sir. By Galam. Usman Bank says, true, sir. God bless you. And Alusan Ba says, sir, based on your explanation, don't you think that why they want to kill him is not because of the allegation? I don't know if they want to kill him or not, because that's not a very, very serious allegation around him. And I understand where they come from. Like you talk because the injection where they say they inject him. So now that one they not based on that you talk about. But up to now there is no concrete proof here they inject him for kill him. So that's my allegation. But I understand the point where they try for me. Shaban says I don't know LAJ neither. Okay. I don't know LAJ, neither the story. I am just listening and follow up. Let's wait for the final judgment. Thank you very much, Shaban. Musa Kamara say he is lawless and need to be in jail. This is not about SLPP or APC. Ajibu Jalo say my information on his arrest. Mohamed Jallo say an oppressive government is more to be feared than a tiger. Ibrahim Paupa says APC lost the election. Stop deceiving your comrades. Okay. I think if they talk about the election now 056, well, Ajibu Jallo say we don't win the election. You say APC lost the election. We will know very soon. Ajibu Jallo says speaking in parliament is not as and when you fail. The speaker must ask you to speak or the leader of your party. So yes, it is possible that you have MPs that will never speak during their term. All right, Ibrahim Papa say, breaking news, Mohamed Amara Toure of Ward 212 under the SLPP in Tambaka won the councillor's election, but APC defeated the SLPP candidate in Ward 216 in Kamakwe in Karene district. Well, we'll find out very soon. And that is the end of the program. As I just want to thank everybody. Thank you, Bashiru, for the wonderful contribution we can put. I know, say, sometimes when they talk about things, especially things when are sensitive things, then we're divisive. Not to everybody get for agree with what they talk, and that are the purpose of this program. You don't need for agree with how they talk. I don't need for agree what they talk, but let's have a common goal, right? All right. So out of 6 by-election, 1 for APC, 2. Okay. Out of 6 by SLPP, 1 for APC, 1 2. Okay. Well, we'll go see. We'll go know exactly. So I just want to come back for Tankuna. The one the way are angry because of we already talk the things the way they elect for Yerim. We just want for Tankuna also because this not the I don't call it discussion, right? A discussion is when you allow people then for vent out their own opinion, as long as it is not insultive, that's fine. So I thank you very much. The one that we agree with what they talk. Not to everything where somebody talking and ourselves we agree with, but we agree. We agree. Say you need for talk. Now that we make this program. So make sure make sure you subscribe and also share, because it's important what they talk, so it dey help a lot of people them. The way we count on today, it's just going apart. The division is becoming bigger and bigger every day, and it's very, very dangerous. If we not get a place where we all dey come and talk together with all the halahala we'll get, and become a better country, that is going to affect not only us, but we begin the who not born it or the one who don't born. So let's continue for pray for Mama Salon and make sure same we all work towards the common good of the country. Irrespective of who you did, whether you didn't at the SLPP, APC, it doesn't matter. Because you before you talk about say you didn't at APC or SLPP, there exists a country where give you the opportunity. You remember the time when civil war been there? We're not going to talk about APC, SLPP, because what will they think about how we go able to survive this wire. So it's important that we always get this in mind. And having said that, so I just want to thank everybody and good night.